Dr. Gururaj, Founder Academy for Creative Teaching. Dr. Gururaj is the founder and chairman of the Academy of Creative Teaching, Bangalore, a renowned educationist, motivational speaker, and columnist. He has mentored over 100 schools in India and abroad and is widely respected for his work in creative teaching and leadership in education. The session topic is empowering education through consistent and impactful trainings. So let's welcome Dr. Gururaj. So, Dr. Gururaj will start his session with a very, very interesting activity. So I hope you will be actively participating in that.
stops. Now virtually the entire 2 forks weight is balanced on the edge of this glass, on the edge of the toothpick. Virtually is on 1 millimeter thickness. Please remember, science part apart. Science part is simple. The ignition temperature of glass is much higher than ignition temperature of wood. It takes away the heat of it and doesn't burn beyond that. But to me, for this class, I have a different thing to convey to you. 1 fork represents your knowledge as a teacher. When I go to the class, I must have complete knowledge of what I teach. Knowledge is not enough. You require skills to do that. You must have had teachers who knew so much but could not communicate in the class properly. His knowledge was great, but communication was flawed. Knowledge is required. 1 fork represents your knowledge, other represents your skills. But please remember, my friends, knowledge and skills are personal to you. They remain with you and die with you. They cannot be transferred to anybody. Knowledge can be given to some extent, but knowledge and skills that each one acquired cannot be passed on completely. But they are useful to society or your school or the country. This glass represents the country or the society or the school where you work. Your knowledge and skills can be used here through this small piece of wood, dry piece of wood. That I call the attitude. Now tell me, between the 3, knowledge, skills and attitude, I don't deny knowledge is important. I accept that skills are important. But between the 3, all the 3, knowledge, skills and attitude, which is more important? Another question. Among the 3 things that are brought here, glass, forks and toothpick, which can be burnt? Only toothpick can be burnt. That means in your life, your attitude is more tested than your knowledge and skills. Those teachers who have right attitude will be successful. And I very rightly, he mentioned a beautiful point. If you like a teacher, you like the subject also. The teacher's attitude makes such an important aspect. So therefore, now watch carefully what I do. I slowly lift the glass and push this toothpick out. When I push the toothpick out, forks also fell down. Without right attitude, your knowledge and skills won't be of any help. You require right attitude. So when I'm doing teacher training, regularly, it has to be consistent, it has to be impactful. It should reach directly the heart of the teacher. Please remember one thing. Anything that goes to the brain goes to a short-term memory. Anything that goes to the heart goes to a long-term memory. Remember, I'm sure you have done your masters and all the courses you have done. I'm sure you have forgotten what you studied in the college. But the drama that you enacted in the college, the trips that you went with, debate you participated, you'll never forget. Is it not right? That means the heart was there. Whenever heart is involved, it remains for a long time. Only goes to the brain. 6 months after the examination is forgotten. It evaporates. Therefore, when I want to train the teachers in schools consistently, and it's got to be impactful, these 2 factors I should keep in mind. There are many points, but for these 25 minutes, that should be more than enough. I thought mindset is more important. I should change the mindset of teachers. Your students are always like that. Making a general sweeping statement. Some teachers say, I taught him for the whole year, he never understood anything. Dull boy. I have been teaching for 53 years now. I haven't found a single dull boy in my class. I never found a single dull boy. If you brand a student as dull, don't brand, go and ask his mother. He will tell you clearly, my son is not dull, sir. He doesn't understand mathematics, that's all. But we have used wrong measuring sticks now. Our measurement tools are wrong. We made a statement that if you don't know science and maths, you are dull. Who told you? Tendulkar never passed 11th standard mathematics. Lata Mangeshkar never scored 100 marks in mathematics. Therefore, our measurements are wrong. If I can do that, focus on mindset and, most important, attitude of the teachers, training will be effective, and that should be good training for the teachers. And that should be a consistent basis. As I said, to be impactful, it should be consistent. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Please be on the stage. I would like to invite Pramod sir, our patron, Mr. Arya and Sir Tajinder sir. Please come on the stage to felicitate sir. It was truly a wonderful session, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Completely experiential and hands-on. And this was indeed required after a scrumptious lunch. Come on, put up your hands together. And not to miss the way sir, found the mic holder, in his pocket. So please clap for that. I was just watching how flawlessly. Wonderful, sir. Thank you so much, sir. We were just admiring the way you got the mic holder in your pocket. Super. So, we will be having a power-packed panel discussion in next 2 minutes. I want my support team to help us to set up the arrangement.
We're just heading with our next session, the panel brainstorming session, Education for a Sustainable Future. Implementing SDGs in schools, a deep dive into how schools can integrate Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, into the curriculum to create socially responsible future leaders. For that, we first invite Ms. Archana Mankotia, Director, MGD Girls School, Jaipur. Ma'am is a visionary leader shaping the future of education with insight, heart, and purpose. Have your seat, ma'am.
So next, we have Dr. Anju Sanyal, Principal, Seth Anandram Jaipuria School, Lucknow. Let's welcome Dr. Anju.
A respected voice in school leadership and student development, Dr. Sanyal brings deep insight, bold ideas, and years of experience to the table.
And let's welcome the vibrant moderator, Ms. Naina Chaure, Principal, Orchid International School from my Pune, Nigri, and a great educationist indeed, yes.
If you are saying that, I also have one from Jaipur, my hometown. Ms. Naina, an educationist, entrepreneur, leader, and mentor. She is bringing lots of energy and lots of experience to the panel. We welcome you all. Over to you.
Yes. So this is a lovely, lovely afternoon, I will say, and mostly after the lunch, we are back. And especially after the exercise with this beautiful lady, our respected Princess Janvi Kumarji. I think we are really thrilled as panelists, and as I take ahead this session, I always feel blessed to be a part of land of Udaipur, Veeron ki bhumi, Mewad ki dharti. A very big hand to all the leaders who were pious in center stage to bring about the history of India with this Mewad. And I'm really blessed to be a part of this for mostly 2 years, I say. So spearheading this part, I only learned one thing is, these people are out of the world. So with this, we start the today's discussion. And I would like to introduce today's panelists, and they are Ms. Anju Sanyal, Principal of St. Anandram Jaipuria School, Lucknow. Welcome to this beautiful session. Ms. Archana Mankotia, the Director of Maharani Gayatri Devi Girls School, Jaipur. And myself, Ms. Naina, Pan-India, I worked, and Udaipur is my last, I will say, you'll remember me as that, so that is my small intro. Directly we start with today's session, and it is nothing else but sustainable goals for the future education. I think it is the need of the hour. This topic actually gives us goosebumps. And the stalwarts of industry and sir, you were the moderator for the previous session. I don't know how I will match your pace, but I'm going to really try my best. Yes, I'm going to pretend that I'm not getting scared. So with the stalwarts of industry, they have set the tone, and we three women are going to take it ahead. This future rests in our hands, my dear people. We are the developing and the developers. Nothing is more important than what we, I think, believe is what we sow. However, technology advances, it cannot replace teachers, It cannot replace classrooms, and it cannot replace our minds. So we teachers, if we have proved that overnight we had shifted to the mode of, during the corona time, online teaching, then we can do anything. I think thinking from the level of students is the need of the hour. And sustainable goals, when we talk about this, and we only remember the NEP 2020, what the NEP 2020 brings about, and what is financial literacy, how it is taken care in the classrooms till grade 3, how they are understanding what is the meaning of income and expenditure. All this we are going to talk in shortly today. So what are we going to encourage is critical thinking, according to me, okay? So the first question goes to Ms. Archana, please go ahead. How do we ensure that policies like NEP 2020 and Nipun Bharat don't remain on paper, but are implemented meaningfully in classrooms across India? What are your thoughts on this?
Namaskar, everyone. First of all, Mr. Arya, thank you so much for giving us this platform. If I start with a very negative note that our future is doomed, it sounds ominous, but I think we really need to wake up to the fact that we have to do something to save our future, and the best bet I see in future in taking the right steps is sustainable development goals. It is the need of the hour. And our NEP 2020, Nipun Bharat, I need not go into the details. We all are very well aware how it is such a comprehensive policy which encapsulates the essence of education. Your question is, how does this translate into reality, right? And it does not stay on paper. Here, when we are talking, we are representing just about probably 5% of the schools, or 10% at the most, but majority of the schools are the government schools, the not-so-privileged schools. And to bring that policy, which is on paper and which is so amazing, into the classroom is a huge, huge challenge. So there are 3-4 things that we really need to look at. And for me, the most important is that we have to look at the stakeholders. The teacher. The teacher needs to be empowered. As a principal, I realize whatever I want to do in my school, unless I have the right resource people, and as Mr. Karajagi very rightly brought out, changing the mindset and the attitude, however knowledgeable or skilled the teachers are, that is the most challenging part. So one aspect of bringing it into classroom reality is empowering the teacher, training them, giving them the exposure of making their learning, their teaching learning practices practical, fun, creative, more contextualizing it to our reality, to our environment. For example, not saying A for apple. Maybe there are poor children who don't really know what is A for apple. And he said mindset. It is drilled into us, A for apple, B for ball. Why can't we contextualize these things to our environment? So these things, project work, fun, creative, to make the teacher empowered needs proper infrastructure, and that is where the government and the other education bodies come into play, because unless you have the right infrastructure, unless you give the right resources to the teachers, things will not happen. Curriculum and pedagogy has to change. For that, again, you need resources and a trained teacher. I also feel that parent or community involvement is so important. We need to have parents or NGOs and other such bodies to come into school and connect with the children so that whatever they are learning, whatever is happening in the school is also, they also understand that this is not separate from the real world they come from. So teacher, empowering the teacher, infrastructure, the good governance which has to be provided by the support provided by them, and the student pedagogy which needs to be looked into. All these things put together will bring the NEP 2020 and Nipun Bharat, all those ideologies into classroom reality.
So I will sum up rather that aligning is the need of the hour. I think aligning is the better word, that the context will be set in the pre-primary age, that is the grades when the students are just going to, children are just going to school. We have enrolled now them for numeracy, literacy, there is circle time. These all are the new concepts. When we were small, we had only ABCD and that was enough. But now so many things are the extra. So I think this is the new Bharat and we have to take it ahead. Thank you so much for this lovely answer.
Thank you.
I give a next question to the next beautiful lady on the dais, and that is, how do we strike a balance between ambitious reforms and the practical challenges the schools face daily? Like, what do you feel about what are the actually challenges faced?
Hello, everyone. Today, I feel very blessed to be a part as Ma'am, Janvi Ma'am is here with all of us and Arya sir. And it's a privilege for me that being a part of this wonderful gathering, I really thank Vidya Vaibhav for arranging such hospitality. And the topic of this panel is really very, very nice. And it just struck me that sustainable development goals. This is the need of the hour, as our moderator ma'am said. And the goal, and this started with, the government started in 2012. And at that time, as you know, the world is changing every day. The technology now entered our classroom. Somewhere the technology has taken up the impact of the education. But what I feel that the fourth goal, that is the quality education, that is very, very important now. Because as I said, as Sir said last session, that a student, if the student likes a teacher, likes the subject. So it is all the faculty. Teacher is the stakeholders for me. A teacher has a big responsibility to make the class interesting, the subject interesting. And whatever goals we make, whatever strategy we make, it all depends how the student is taking the interest. If the student is not interested in any subject, I don't feel a best faculty will not be able to clarify the topic at the end of the class. The teacher will feel that I have studied so much and the child is not able to understand. So either I don't know or the child is not able to understand. Correct. So I really like the way he said that if the child likes, a teacher will like the subject. So secondly, the quality education has got many things in today's time, because there was a time the traditional black and white concept of the studies, and now the technology, the teacher has to be technology savvy.
Yes.
Many of the children, the 21st century skill. Now in the National Education Policy 2020 has many things in the mind, setting the policies. And if the policy is according to the students in nowadays, because nowadays students, where it's very difficult to make them sit in the class with subdued through all the topics. Covering a syllabus is a big challenge for the teacher. And when you start saying that covering the entire syllabus, that means every topic has to be cleared.
Yes.
The concept has to be cleared. I think everybody will be agree to my things.
Yes, ma'am.
So this,
ambitious reforms according to you, are they available in all the schools? Practically, are they possible? Ambitious reforms like digital classroom, suppose I talk about, or evaluation based, sessions, assessments.
Okay.
So how
so
will
the
we
evaluation, yeah, I understand, ma'am. So the ambitious reforms, as you said, if the teacher, like many of the things which the teacher thinks, the way the concept has to be cleared inside the class, and the evaluation pattern. See, a teacher, when covering the entire subject, then comes the evaluation, which makes the teacher clear that how much the child has understood. And that needs a change, how the particular topic has to be clear with the students.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for this lovely answer. Still, we are trying our best, though the NEP 2020 has really done its best to give the basic maximum reforms to India, but I don't think we are still successful. There are many, many cities in this country who are still without internet, and digital classrooms are not possible there. Though in many parts of India, example Kerala, I was previously in Tamil Nadu, there everywhere the education is in the forefront, but then in the other parts of, if I go to MP, then there were certain struggles. So this question lies unanswered for all of us. We shift on to the next question for the day, and that is to you. How do we bring environmental consciousness naturally into classroom conversations rather than as an add-on subject? You want me to repeat?
No.
Yes.
In fact, I want to ask the audience very simple questions. Those who are of my age, at least, how many of you would have done this, what I have been doing, that when the toothpaste is about to finish and you squeeze the last ounce of it? How many of us, when we were children, when we were writing with a pencil, it was this small and we still used to sharpen it and use it.
Yes.
The eraser, literally like this and still using it. We always made a rough notebook out of all the old notebooks, the pages which were not used, unused. And so, I mean, over the years, I think something negative has started, the narration has started, middle class mentality. I don't think it's middle class mentality. That was simple, sustainable practices that we all just grew up with. And I think that kind of mentality we have to bring into our children. It wasn't that we came from very poor families and because we couldn't afford, that's why we did it. It was just the way our parents were and the way they brought us up. I would wait for my sister to outgrow her frock so that I could wear it. I never looked forward to a new frock. And so many other things,
nice.
Shoes, this, that, all hand-me-ons. And even the cousins would give us, and we would be happy wearing those. The point here is, I think this is what I feel, and even today, my son, my daughter, they all laugh at me, कि मम्मा बिल्कुल आप इतना पिचका देते हो उसको, toothpaste को. इतना खत्म कर देते हो. The point is, it's just inherent in us. So I think that is the mindset, that is the sensitivity we have to bring in our children.
Yes.
So when we talk of sustainable practices, in our school, I'm quite proud of certain practices that we've been doing, and we've been trying to get the children, to do it. It is a conversation. It is a classroom conversation, starting with maybe a thought on environment, a prayer on environment, then relating it to all the subjects. In Hindi, you may have poems on trees, story writing, thinking about role model, that if you were a tree and you were about to be cut down, how would you feel? Things about wasting water. I mean, even in math, if you could come up with questions like, if Ramesh wastes 3 liters of water every day, then in 10 days, how much is wasted? So it's math calculation at the same time, talking about wastage of water. So bring it into subjects, everyday subjects, conversations. Whenever there are floods, there are landslides, there are cyclones, you talk about it in the class. The classroom itself becomes a sustainable area when we have on our campus separate dustbins for different types of garbage. In the classroom, again, there are energy monitors who make sure that the lights are switched off. There are other monitors who make sure that there are no taps leaking, and they report if they are leaking. Again, using the paper, and when you take out a printout, both sides have to be used. We also started with pouches made of, cloth and all. So a lot of things, and everyone has to adopt a small pot plant and keep it in the class, adopt a tree plantation. And one very important thing, there are many other things, but I think we don't have much time. But one thing I'm very proud of is, like, for the last 3 years, my SDG girls, the club, SDG club, the girls have been collecting raddi from the entire school, and we give it to one of the organizations, and all our folders, office folders and papers and envelopes and even certificates are made of that recycled paper, which we have collected from the school raddi.
I think there is a great takeaway, and she deserves a clap. And when the face of the school is so vibrant, I think the girls are really blessed to have you as a principal. And that means, to sum up, she made us understand that we need conceptualized learning, we need project-based learning, we need real classrooms whereby the children will not only learn math and science from textbooks, but in real life. This is a way she has summed up. The next and the last question for today will be, how can curriculum be reimagined to equip students with skills? How can curriculum be reimagined to equip students with skills for the future, that is critical thinking, empathy, collaboration, and sustainability?
As I said, that NEP 2020 has introduced many things in the policies, and with this, the teacher has to change the curriculum and the pedagogy, which has been doing, they have been using, in fact, from the past. And as I said, that technology has entered the classroom. Whatever teacher plan for the pedagogy and whatever the lesson plans, everything has to be in such a way that it covers the student, and experiential learning is very much in the curriculum and in the pedagogy, hands-on approach. The child has to be given the questions in which he can do a lot of homework, and a student is occupied throughout in the entire question. And nowadays, the questions have to be, because there are several types of question, like depending on the critical thinking, depending on the mindset of the students, hot questions are being designed, the higher order thinking skills. And as you know, that the skill development, the skill part of the national education policy has made many new things introduced in the policies, which has made the curriculum and the pedagogy interesting both for the students and for the teacher. Covering the entire syllabus from the foundational to the senior secondary depends on the depends on the matter, the content, or the pedagogy, the curriculum the teacher has to set in the entire year, the syllabus of the student. Thank you. I think we are running short of time. Thank you so much.
So we will sum up. We will not prepare the students just for school life, but we will prepare them for the life as a lesson, not for exams, but for the life. Thank you so much. I think it was a blessed evening for all of us to be with each other. Thank you so much. Yes.
Thank you so much for this wonderful panel. And now I would like to invite Pramod sir, our patron, Shrutidhar Arya sir, our chairman, Vidya Vaibhav Conclave and Awards, and also Kulbhushan Ken sir to felicitate the beautiful ladies on the stage. Please come on the stage, sir.
You can also call us handsome.
Two handsome, the most handsome,
rather three handsome
three
dudes.
handsome dudes.
Three
Right.
handsome dudes. यहीं से आ गए?
बिल्कुल
हाँ जी sir, all yours.
Let's give a round of applause to these beautiful educators and the leaders. And the handsome men, definitely. Very charming personalities on the stage, setting the stage on fire. Anything else you would like? Thank you so much, panel. You may now take your seat.
One more?
One more? Okay. Thank you so much. Let's give them a round of applause, everyone. Beautiful conversation from beautiful minds.